Oh, what's going on, everybody out there? It's your boy Mood616, and yes, I'm back with another DVD slash Blu-ray slash 4K update for y'all. This is going to be everything I've picked up in the months of January, February. Yes, we are into March right now. I know, I do apologize for the late-ass update. I've had many messages recently, like, where the fuck is your new update? Well, here it is. Just been crazy busy. It's always my excuse, but it is life shit. I am so busy all the time between work and the kid and sports, playing hockey, baseball, basketball. Like, I get off work, I come home, cook dinner, off to sports every single day. That's my life. So it's been kind of hard to watch some movies these days, but it is what it is. So anyways, this is a ginormous update, of course, like they usually always are. So I'm going to do my best to kind of rip through these. I have watched some things I'll briefly talk about, but mostly just going to be showing off shit. It's a show-off show. So, anyways, let's get into this update here. I'm going to start off actually with a couple books. I've been eyeing these up for a little while, and I finally got around to picking them up because I'm a big fan of the film company, and that is the Canon Film Guide, Volume 1, 1980 to 1984. Book right here. These things are ginormous. Like, this is a big book, but Volume 2 is fucking batshit, man. So if you're a fan of Canon, I highly recommend these. This is literally the Bible of Canon films. So you got to check this out. Fucking cool. So here's Volume 2, 85 to 87. And look at this. Like, comparatively, there's 1 and 2. Like, it's ridiculous how big these are. It's insane. Yes, I went with the paperbacks instead of the hardbacks. Easier to read when they're really thick, to be honest. But yeah, it's got everything you need to know about Canon. So if you're a fan, highly recommend these. I've skimmed through them so far. I obviously have not read them in full, but they will get read. All right, so books out of the way. Let's get into a big stack of DVDs here. It's kind of a mixed bag of stuff, so stay with me. All right, so first up here, we got a movie called Defective. This was a recommendation from Xtrothemutilator. I was watching one of his updates and he was talking about this one, and I actually knew about this film, but I'd never seen it before. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to give this one a shot. Found the DVD for like $5, so something rather. And it was really cool. It's low budget, kind of sci-fi, action, horror. It actually was a lot more gory than I was expecting it to be. But really cool, man, if you're into like this kind of low budget stuff. The director, Rhys Evanston, I think he's done some more. I think this is the guy that did another film in I think it's the same guy. But I highly enjoyed this. I thought this was really fun. So thank you to Xtrothemutilator. Shout out to Xtro. Link down in the description. Go sub his channel. He's an awesome dude. He always has really mixed bag updates, man. I love that dude. He's got a great sense of humor. And yeah, so shout out to Xtro. Speaking of Xtro, he also recommended this, Robot World. And again, I had seen this one around, but never checked it out. This is a fucking depressing ass movie. I'm not sure if he said that in his review of it when he talked about it, but I'm sure he did, because this movie is like snail pace. It's like a dude roaming around this planet, and it comes to like a very depressing conclusion. It's like, this is not going to be for everybody. I did enjoy it for the idea of it. I think the execution was a little bit slow at times, but yeah, it's an interesting watch. I thought the effects and stuff were actually pretty cool in this, but yeah, I wouldn't recommend this to a lot of people. You got to really be kind of in the mood for this, but it was kind of cool. But another one from Xtro. All right, so a couple, yeah, it's the way I have this stacked in here, but anyways, 24th season of South Park, one of my favorite shows of all time. Yeah, just needed it. Got 25 on pre-order right now, of course. So this is the pandemic special and the South Park vaccination special, which I have not actually watched the specials yet. So, and then they did like a post-COVID thing with a couple hour-long specials on here too. So that's pretty cool. So got the new South Park, so that's all completed. Picked up some Flintstones, the 2 movies in the 5 special pack here. I really wanted it for the specials because, yeah, I've seen a few of them and stuff. I'm a huge fan of the Flintstones. I'm such a huge cartoon dork. Like every Saturday morning I wake up, which is Saturday morning. This morning I got up at 6:30, popped in Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, ate cereal. Like I'm in my 40s and I still act like I'm fucking 6. But I could do this shit. The wife left town today for a week. Got the whole house to myself. That's why I'm doing this update right now, because I actually have the time. But yeah, so this one, the specials and a couple movies on here, which is really cool. I really wanted it for the Flintstones Meet Rockula and Frankenstone. I really like that one. It's really fun. So, but yeah, it's a breakdown on there. So anyways, some more low budget zombie shit, which I've always been a really big fan of low budget zombie movies. I know a lot of people don't really care for them. Some of the CG and some of these things doesn't really bother me too much. It's because it's low budget, I kind of expect it and stuff. But a lot of these things actually do have practical effects. I haven't watched this one yet. In fact, I haven't really heard much about this one. I found this at my buddy's shop for, you know, a couple bucks, so I decided to give it a try. I'll end up watching this sometime. But Edges of Darkness. It's released by, actually, Anchor Bay. When did this one come out? 2008, so it was on the Stars label. Yeah, so let me know if you guys have seen this one. Low budget zombie shit. I don't know if it's going to be probably super CG shitty. I don't know. It is what it is. These things are so hit and miss from that era. Totally. Speaking of low-budget zombie movies, this one is from Hanover House. It's saying 2013, and it's called Zombie Wars Falls of the Shadow. So let me know if you guys seen this one. I'll eventually watch these things. I always do. I have this weird obsession with like low-budget zombie films. Kind of like Xtro. We're in the same boat, but I've been doing this shit for fucking ever. I don't know what it is about zombie films, but I know some people get burnt out on them. I really never do. I mean, everybody knows my favorite film of all time is Dawn of the Dead. Here I'm rocking Fulci Zombie. Yeah. I did watch this one. Zombie Apocalypse. Now, I think, you know, come to think of it, I think Xtro might have talked about this one recently in an update too, which is kind of by chance because I saw this in my buddy's shop. I wasn't even looking for it, but I was like, you know what? I don't have it. It's got Ving Rhames, Tara Manning's in it. I actually kind of like this. It's very typical post-apocalyptic zombie action with a group of survivors that meet up with more survivors and try to survive. It's survival. It's post-apocalyptic zombie shit. I actually had a good time with this. I thought the acting was really good in this. You know, there's some CG and stuff. But it didn't really bother me, man. A lot of gun action in this, which kind of surprised me. But you know, some pretty interesting stuff that's going on. It's kind of A to B. It's kind of standard, but it's kind of fun. Zombie Apocalypse, very generic title, but it is what it is. All right, so again, mixed bag of DVDs and stuff. So I picked up Fresh. I hadn't seen this movie in years and years. With Samuel Jackson plays the father in this film. It's basically like kind of like a coming of age story about this kid that is basically hustling. He's dealing drugs for you know, a couple dealers and stuff like that, and yeah, shit goes down. Fresh. I hate this cover. I really like the original one, but I found this for like $5 and I was like, you know what? I've never owned a copy. I've had the soundtrack since like day one. Yeah, so good movie. Good kind of street hood movie. Good stuff. I'm not even sure if I have a copy of this, but I found it at my buddy's shop. I might, but I might not. I'm not even 100% sure. It doesn't really matter. If I have it, I'll just pay it forward. But yeah, this movie's so funny. Run, Ronnie, Run with David Cross. This shit is funny as hell, man. I haven't watched it in years, but I remember loving this movie. Like, fucking loving this movie. Yeah, it's just... Right. Oh, man. So let me know down below if you guys have seen this one, because this shit is funny as hell. It's been years. I gotta check it out again. I was missing this special from my collection of Dave Chappelle, Kill 'Em Softly. You know, Chappelle is like one of the best of all time. I mean, you can't argue with Chappelle, man. Yeah, I remember when this first came out. Was it back in 2003? It was like, you know, in the height of his show and stuff like that. And this shit was good, man. Been years since I've seen it, but I used to own this, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. So I was like, I'm missing this one from the collection. I'm like, it's the weirdest shit. I think what happened was I brought it over to a buddy's house, got shit-faced, left it there, and then just disappeared. Probably what happened, because back in the day, we used to just watch Chappelle and get shit-faced. Who the fuck didn't, right? Speaking of Chappelle, I realized I didn't have this in the collection, and this is like 3 of my favorites, man. Norm Macdonald, Dave Chappelle, and Danny DeVito. I fucking love Danny DeVito. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this, but he's like one of my all-time favorites. I love him as an actor. I love him as a writer. He's just a cool fucking dude. He's a cool-ass dude. Like, when he joined It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, that show became amazing, like amazing. But I love everything Danny DeVito does. He's very dark, he's awesome, and that's Screwed. It's been years since I've seen it. I actually don't even really remember it well. When did this shit come out? Like in 2000. Like this is like almost like pre. Oh, I guess 2000. It must be around the time Chappelle's Show started. I can't even remember the dates, but it's got to be around that time. But like, look at this lineup of Norm Macdonald, rest in peace to Norm, Dave Chappelle, and Danny DeVito. Like, fuck, amazing. And of course, they went on to do the other one with Saget, Dirty Work, which is amazing. That shit is one of the funniest movies. All right, so a few 1941 movies. So we recently did a top 10 for 1941. So I picked up a few films to check them out. And that was The Ghost Train, which I thought was terrible. This is probably the worst movie in 1941 I watched. And I watched pretty much everything that's kind of horror related. This one was really, like, this dude right here. Oh, fuck. This was annoying, man. I was not a fan of this movie. So, you know, out of like 16, 17 movies, that one didn't make the top 10. Spoiler alert. But this one was fun, though. This one was fun. And that is Spooks Run Wild, featuring East Side Kids. It was like a group of there must have been like 20, 30 people involved in this like East Side Kids kind of movement. And they did all these movies between like the earlier 30s and like maybe the mid 30s and like the early 40s and stuff. Actually, one of the guys in this film, it was his last movie. He got drafted into the war and got killed a couple years later in 1943. I can't remember what his name was, but one of the dudes in this film. So this one was actually kind of cool. It's got Bela Lugosi in it, and yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Film detective release right there. And then I picked up this one right here. This is volume 1 of Abbott Costello. There's 8 movies on here. I picked this one up for Hold That Ghost, which is the film from 1941, which is really fun. I mean, if you're a fan of Abbott Costello, man, like, I mean, you can't really go wrong. I'm actually a really big fan of Abbott Costello. Like, their comedy was so ahead of its time and so clever and so well executed. These guys just were incredible. They were an incredible duo. It's too bad that, like, what happened. Like, they just kind of, like, they just fell right off, and then Costello fucking dying and shit like that. But yeah, like it's pretty fun movie though. Pretty fun movie. It's very fast paced. All right, so that's some DVDs. So we'll get into this stack right here. This is kind of like all hip hop related kind of stuff. So if you're not interested, just fast forward, skip. Maybe I'll throw in the show notes. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, for the people that are interested in this, there is people that watch both sides of my channel. So, but I've been wanting this documentary forever, and it's Our Vinyl Weighs a Ton, the Stones Throw Records documentary story. It comes with the soundtrack too. I haven't watched this yet. I just got this in a couple days ago. So I've been curious about this forever. It came out 2014. And I just finally getting around to picking it up. A huge Stones Throw fan, piece to Peanut Butter Wolf, who is the owner of this and stuff, who also put out an album called Vinyl Weighs a Ton. Yeah, so if you're a fan of like Stones Throw, which of course you know is like Peanut Butter Wolf, Madlib, Dilla, like all those cats on there and stuff, right? So yeah, so give that one a shot. Picked up The Art of Rap, documentary done by Ice-T, interviewing, you know, MCs from back in the day, new MCs and stuff on hip-hop, and it's really dope. This is a really great documentary. I haven't watched this DVD yet. I've seen this actually a couple times before. Really good stuff. So if you're into documentaries and shit, Art of Rap, really, really good. This is really cool. I haven't yet watched this. I've seen clips of this before. This is The Roots of Rap. It's a live show done at the Apollo Theater in the Palace in Los Angeles. It's like 2 hours of like performances and stuff, just classic acts. Here's the breakdown on there if you guys can see that without the glare. But yeah, that's what you're getting for the show. And then yeah, so very, very cool stuff right there. Finally, it's in one of these like these kind of jewel case things. You don't see those things around very often. The DVD jewel case things are weird. I finally got my ass in gear and grabbed Class Act, Kid and Play. Still stupid fun. I'm a huge fan of the first 3 House Party movies. I'm a huge fan of Kid and Play. If you guys follow me on IG or just this channel in general, I always bring up Kid and Play. I think they're fun. I even liked them back in the day when people thought they were cornballs. I don't know. They just always appealed. I just thought they were fun as hell, man. But yeah, piece of Kid and Play, man. Kid's still doing his fucking thing. He's doing stand-up now and shit. He's so much fun. I've had the soundtrack for this since day one. I've never seen the movie. I just got a copy in the other day. I think it's out of print, actually. I got a really good price on it. And that is Master P's I Got the Hookup. I've heard from everybody this is fucking terrible, but I mean, I'm going to watch it myself and check it out and shit like that. Again, I've had the soundtrack since day one, never seen the movie. I believe there's a sequel to this too. I'm not sure if Master P's involved in it. I'd have to go and check that out, but I think he is though. Yeah, with AJ Johnson's in it, so that's kind of a bonus. So this one right here, I found out about this movie in about the mid 2000s. Didn't even realize that Black Thought was in this from the Roots, and I was like, what the fuck? So I just remembered about it about a month ago or something like that. I was like, man, I really need to get that movie. I need to check this shit out. And it's called Brooklyn Babylon. So that's Black Thought from the Roots right there. It also has I guess Slick Rick makes an appearance in this movie too and stuff like that. So tagline: violence, hatred, music, passion, welcome to the neighborhood. So, you know, it's going to be on that level. I'm not even really too sure exactly what the whole thing's about, but I've read reviews on it and they said it's really good. So, but 2000 this thing came out in. Crazy. So add that to the HipHop movie DVD collection, Blu-ray, whatever. Finally got around to again, I've had the soundtrack for this since like day one. Streets is watching the movie. I've actually never watched this. I just got this in, and I'm curious. I think it says Streets is watching the movie that gives the viewer the insightful view of life and times of rap superstar Jay-Z. It steers you away from the traditional dance and party scenes that are so common. So I think it's like maybe like half documentary. I'm not even 100% sure. I've never really looked into too much, but finally got around. It was like $2. So, but speaking of Rockefeller, so they put out a movie. Again, I've got the soundtrack to this. And they started producing movies, and they put out one called State Property. Of course, starring Beanie Siegel. Jay-Z makes an appearance for like a second, and Damon Dash is in it, Memphis Bleak. It's actually pretty fun, man. The thing about this movie, like the dialogue gets a little bit old and heavy at times because there's so much swearing in it, man. It's just like Beanie Siegel, every word out of his mouth is fuck. Like, it's ridiculous. But he's fun though. He's actually really fun. He's just angry. But State Property, pretty fun. It's decent. It's fun. Then we got State Property 2, which I am super fucking curious to see what they did with the narrative in this. Because if you've seen part 1, you know how it ends. Where does the sequel come from? So I do have ideas of what they did for the sequel here. And it has to be like that. Because if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. So yeah, again, Beanie Siegel, Nori's in this, Damon Dash again. Damon Dash is actually really fucking funny in this movie, which of course is like the guy that runs Rockefeller. If you didn't know. But yeah, so I'm really curious to see what they did here narrative-wise, because again, if you've seen part 1, this is really strange as a sequel. Still gotta watch that. Speaking of Rockefeller, we got some more Beanie Siegel here with Paper Soldiers. So Beanie Siegel, Jay-Z, Stacey Dash, who's such a fucking crazy bitch now, but she's so hot. She's so fucking hot. Memphis Bleak is in this. Kevin Hart, which I'm not a big fan of. I know a lot of people love Kevin Hart, but I don't find him fucking funny, man. He's like Mike Epps to me, man. Mike Epps and Kevin Hart, not funny to me, man. At all. Yeah. So Paper Soldiers, kind of fun. It's got some really funny parts. Dash is funny. Or no, does Damon Dash make an appearance in this one too? I think he does actually. Makes a quick little cameo in this one. Or is it? I can't remember. But yeah, there's a really funny scene in this film actually. But Paper Soldiers, it's pretty fun. And then this one's got Mos Def and Queen Latifah in it, with Taye Diggs. And I've heard from a lot of people, I think it's like a romantic kind of like cultured film. I'm not even 100% sure, but again, I've had this one on a list to get for a long time and decided to pick it up. So that is going to do it for the DVDs. I know that shit was completely out of place for the people that are here for the horror and stuff, but it is what it is. I have multiple loves. So that's going to conclude the DVDs. Now we're going to get into the Blu-rays, which of course are standard stuff, and then we'll get into the boutique label stuff, and then box sets, and so on and so on. So that's all the DVDs out of the way. I'll be back in a second. All right, so getting into the Blu-rays here, we're going to start off with, there's some label stuff in here, but more standard stuff, and then we'll get into the boutique label shit. Ooh, need a drink. All right, so starting out here, one of my favorite movies of last year, man. I I thought this was like, just really stepped up the game from part one. Obviously the budget was higher. I can't wait for the third one. And that is Terrifier 2. Gory as shit. Art the Clown is very iconic now. I think that it's kind of crazy to think that there's people that aren't even into horror films that are talking about Art the Clown. Like, he's gotten that type of recognition. It's pretty interesting. So he's kind of like this new, he's like this modern day fucking kind of horror icon. And yeah, this shit is just fucking bad shit. Funniest thing, man, this movie running like over 2 hours long, and it just kind of, it pokes at you. It's going to tell you the narrative. It's going to tell you what's really going on and stuff like that. And then it just, yeah. Wait for part 3. I swear he's not even going to expose the guts of the backstory of Art the Clown even in part 3. Because I think the writer, director, whatever, he said that there's like 5 or 6 of these movies. So, but yeah. Terrifier 2. Awesome. Really, really fun stuff, man. Everybody knows. Everybody knows. Terrifier 2. Alright, so this shit right here was fucking batshit. Batshit. Now, I had my eye on this, and I saw it at Walmart. It was cheap. It was like 10, 12 bucks or something. I was like, shit, that's crazy. A big fan of Well Go USA's releases, man. They do a lot of Asian stuff. Horror, action, things like that. No exception, man. They always seem to put out the bad shit stuff. Project Wolf Hunting. Oh, man. I love this shit, dude. It was crazy. It's set on a boat, and it's really gory. It's really fucked up, and like, man, this was a blast. I'm not really gonna talk about it too much. Just go out and see it. It's awesome. Definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. It's like action, horror, whatever you want. It's got zombies. It's got lots of killing. It's got gore. It's got craziness. Set on a boat. Y'all know my feelings on boat horror. I'm a big fan of boat horror. I don't know why. It's just something I love. But yeah, this is amazing. Check it out. Picked up Violent Night, which I saw in the cinema. It was fun. It's Die Hard meets Home Alone. That's how to sum it up. It really is. It truly is. With Santa Claus. So it's gory. It's fun. Good time. Really, really fun time. Can't wait to rewatch this thing at Christmas time. It's gonna be fun. All right. So these next two are kind of funny because everybody knows my feelings on this new trilogy. I really don't like them. But I had to pick them up because we are going to be covering these probably this Halloween. The new trilogy of Halloween films. So I had picked up Halloween Kills. Yeah, this one didn't come with a slipcover. I just realized that. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter to me. This was like brand new, dirt cheap, $10. I absolutely hated this movie. Just, minor spoilers. I thought this was trash. This was fucking trash. Anthony Michael Hall in this movie is just, what the fuck, dude? Oh, evil dies tonight. If you took a drink every time they said that shit in the movie, you'd be fucking passed out in the first 20 minutes. That's a terrible movie. Halloween Ends. So for the Halloween fanboys out there, everyone seemed to like hated this movie that was a big fanboy, and it seems like all the people that love this movie weren't like Halloween fanboys. See me, I'm not a Halloween fanboy, and I still didn't like this movie. So I do think that this is probably the best one out of the three, though. I like what they did. I like the idea. Maybe the execution was off for me a little bit, but I just love this. It's like a big fuck you to Halloween fanboys. It's the funniest shit ever to me. But I'm just not a fan. I'm just not a huge fan of Halloween, the franchise. So, but... And yeah, and the new trilogy, whatever. It is what it is. All right, so getting back into some low-budget zombie shit. I came across this one in my buddy's shop and picked it up for like $3 on Blu-ray. And I've seen this one around. I had to check it out. It's got Danny Trejo in it, Zombie Hunter. I actually enjoyed this. It's just funny what happens to Danny Trejo in this movie and like when it happens and stuff. It's so bizarre. But for low-budget zombie shit, it was decent, man. I had a fucking fun time with this. It's very stylistic and shit like that. Low budget, but it's fun. I know a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was kind of cool. Oh, yeah, here's the other one. Oh no, what's the guy's name that did this shit? I don't know. I'm just wasting time. No, Reese Evans. Yeah, this is the guy that did the movie that I showed in the beginning. So the guy that did... Defective. That's right. So Xtro definitely was talking about this. And I actually had this on a list. I wanted to see this one for years. So I imported the Blu-ray, I think from Germany. Dirt cheap. And that's Dead Genesis. Kind of a cool zombie apocalypse type, survival type movie. You know, it's very, very similar to what you're going to get and stuff. But it's kind of cool. Like, I like how they did it. Interesting. It's probably not going to be for everybody, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. So once again, thank you to Xtro for reminding me about this one. So I'm really glad to have that in the collection. Pretty fun stuff. Picked this one up in my buddy's shop for $3. It's still sealed brand new. I guess Best Buy was selling it for $8, but that's Truth or Dare. I enjoyed this. I actually really enjoyed this when I watched it a couple years back. I know it was like a mixed bag with people and shit like that, but I thought it was kind of fun. So, yeah, from the producer of Happy Death Day. Ugh. Get Out's dope. But yeah, I liked Truth or Dare. All right, so finally grabbed a Blu-ray copy of Mars Attacks. I went with the UK one because I like the artwork a lot better on it. I haven't seen this one in years. I think we're going to do a Tim Burton show on the podcast coming up here sometime. So we're definitely one of the films that we're covering. So I decided to upgrade my old school DVD to the UK Blu-ray of Mars Attacks. So much fun. My man Danny DeVito's in that shit right there. And speaking of Tim Burton, I decided to upgrade this one also. Sleepy Hollow. I haven't seen this, I swear, since the DVD came out, which is probably when the movie dropped. So it's been so long. I actually can't remember this at all. Like Johnny Depp, Christina Ricci, the beautiful Christina Ricci in this kind of weird like digibook pack thing. Yeah, kind of a cool release. But yeah, I haven't seen that one in years. All right, so we got a couple here from Radiance Films. This, I did a review for Big Time Gambling Boss, so go check that review out. Very, very cool Yakuza film, totally different. It's more of like a character piece. It doesn't really focus on, you know, the sheer violence of things. It's more of like, yeah, it's very story driven. It's a very fucking awesome movie, man. Highly, highly recommend this. Go check out the review. And then this one right here, A Woman Kills, the French film. I don't know anything about this one. This is also from the late 60s. This one was from 68, and this one is also from 68. So A Woman Kills. I'll have a review coming up for this sometime. It's short, man. 69 minutes. Wow. So French film, Woman Kills, let me know. I know my man, Mr. Parker, did a review for this, so have a review of that coming out. All right, so I'm back up on my animated films. So I was missing 3. I know there's like 1 or 2 that I still need to get on. Like I know the Batman and Superman Sons one, and there's like a new one that's coming out too. But I'm caught up to that point. So I picked up Green Lantern, Beware My Power. Yeah, this is one of the only ones that's missing from the collection. Picked it up used for a couple bucks. And then I also got Justice Society World War II. Yeah, so I still need to watch these 3 actually. So this one, just, I don't know what it was. It just, the price was always so ridiculous. So I picked up a copy of used, pretty much brand new. And I also picked up Injustice. So that completes up into the last 2 DC animated films. I have them all now. Really, really big fan of the animation. And so I picked up this. This is the series from the late 60s, the Batman. It was under a different title before. I know it's like a bunch of kind of shorts that make up the episodes. It's been years since I've seen any of it. And that is the Adventures of Batman. It's a complete series. This is, yeah, like I said, late 60s, 68, 69, something like that. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. This just came out. It's like just brand new, just dropped right now. So up on my Batman shit. I love my animated Batman stuff. So it's been so long since I've watched this, man, like anything. So I can't really remember it, but I think it is like a bunch of shorts that make up the greater of the episodes. I can't remember. I think that's what it is. Judging by yeah, My Crime Is Your Crime, A Bird Out of Hand, The Cruel Mr. Freeze, and The Joke's on Robin. So those 4 like make up one episode, I think, or something like that. So rather. All right, so getting into some boutique label shit here. Starting off with one of my favorite movies of, what was it, last year, the year before? No, 2 years ago, I think it was. Yeah, and that's Canadian film Come True. Oh man, this was a great film, man. Like really mindfucky, but then the reveal, you're just like, oh dude, so cool. Really, really well done film. I feel like a lot of people didn't check this out. I have no idea why. I think Scream Factory released this also on the IFC line. This is the Canadian release from Raven Banner, which is a Canadian company. Better release, comes with the soundtrack. yeah, so very, very cool shit right there. Comes with the alternate cover, which is awesome. 2 discs, obviously, like I said. Yeah, so Raven Banner does some pretty cool releases. But if you haven't checked out Come True, it's really good stuff. All right, so, oh, yeah, these are together because they're all Andy Zadar. So I finally got around to picking up his first film, Seven, which is like probably his highest budget, probably his best made movie and stuff like that. Yeah, I've never seen it before, but I've heard that from everybody. It's just like, it kind of stands out as being like one of the better Zadar's films. If you don't know who Andy Zadar is, look him up. He does low budget action films that are fucking amazing. So these 3 actually complete my collection of all the films that he directed. I know he produced some of his son's films too, which I don't have, but I've actually never seen. But 7 from Kino, from the Kino Classics line, right? Which is the only one that they released because Mill Creek actually put out all the other films, which, you know, they're cheap that way. But 1979. So then I also picked up Day of the Warrior, which I believe is from the 90s, one of his later directed films. So yeah, Day of the Warrior. And then of course I picked up Guns, which I believe, 1990 it says, with what's his fucking name? Danny Trejo's in this movie too? That's awesome. Yeah, Eric Estrada. Fuck, it was the guy from Chips. Right, Eric Estrada. But it says Danny Trejo's in this one from 1990, so he's probably got like a 2-minute part. But pretty awesome stuff. So Zadar's, if you know Andy Zadar's, you know what I'm talking about here, man. His movies are so much fun. They are so much fun. So that completes the entire Zadar's collection, which is pretty cool. Found this in my buddy's shop. I saw this movie a couple years back, and I remember liking it, but I can't remember a damn thing. So was it really that good? I don't know. But yeah, so I wanted to check this one out because it has Francesca Eastwood, which is, you know, Clint Eastwood's daughter, and that's MDMA. I can't remember it, man. I remember thinking in my mind it was good, but I can't remember. But yeah, Shout Factory actually releases, so interesting. Got to rewatch that one. Back to some Well Go USA. Found this one used also for a couple bucks. I'd pick it up because I'm a big fan of these Asian action films, man. But the Fatal Raid. So if it's anything like The Raid, this is going to be awesome. But, you know, who knows what you're going to get. But yeah, it looks pretty awesome. Couple bucks for the Blu-ray. Fuck, why not, right? All right, so speaking of Eastwood, actually, I got around to getting the Kino release of Play Misty for Me. I hadn't seen this movie in so long. I didn't even remember it then. Oh my god, dude. So it comes with the ultimate artwork here, slipcover, good old Kino Classics line. Oh man, it's one of those, you know, fan obsessive movies where Clint Eastwood plays a radio DJ, and this caller calls up one day and she's like, play Misty for me. But then she becomes obsessed. He meets her for a drink. He meets her for a drink, and then she kind of thinks they're dating. She becomes obsessed with him. It's like that whole obsession thing. And then, fuck, man, the end of this movie, man, is so damn funny because if you know Eastwood, especially for this time, this is 1971, still pretty early Eastwood. And he actually directed this movie too. The fucking ending to this movie is just, it's so belly laughing inducing. It's man, I fucking died laughing, man. I was like, oh my god, it's so perfect because like Eastwood, just his character doesn't seem like, but he's pushed to this limit, right? He's pushed to this point where he I don't want to give it away if you haven't seen it, man. It's so damn funny. I have a fucking sick sense of humor. If you guys know me about dummy deaths and stuff like that, like I'm not saying there is one here, but it's like my favorite thing in cinema, man, is dummy deaths. I don't know what it is. It kills me every fucking time. But this one, oh my god, dude. The end of this movie. Check it out if you haven't. I love Clint Eastwood with a passion. That shit is funny as hell. So we got a couple new Blue Underground 4Ks here. We got Justine from Jess Franco on 4K. Why the fuck are we getting Franco films on 4K, Blue Underground? Like, really, do we need this? I'm not sure if these ones even went. I have the DVDs of both these, actually. I'm not sure if they even went to Blu-ray. They might have went to Blu-ray. But I just thought it was an interesting... Blue Underground, basically just their catalog. You know, like, they just re-release everything is what they do. But 4Ks of Justine, really? And I actually just rewatched this. Yeah, this was for the, what was the 70s show? Yeah, it was the 1970s show. I actually like this movie, man. Which is Eugenie? Philosophy in the Border. Eugenie. But yeah, I like these slipcovers. They're pretty cool. Yeah, I actually like this movie. It's sleazy. It's good. It's decent. You know, it's Franco. It is what it is. But yeah, these fucking slipcovers are cool, man. I really like what they did with these, actually. But man, like, I have so many Franco movies. It's like ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. But some sleaze right there. All right, get into one of my favorites of all time. I fucking love this movie so much. Finally got around to upgrading my DVD. I know. And I'm slowly getting there from Bronson, like, you know, from the late 60s till he passed away, almost every movie now. I don't know if I'm going to go back and get his little cameos. I have a bunch of those. Like House of Wax. He was in House of Wax and stuff, but in the 50s. But yeah, Michael Winner, Bronson, you can never go wrong. The Mechanic from Scorpion. Finally got around to grabbing this. Blu-ray looks great. Still one of the greatest endings ever. Like the first time I watched this movie, I could not believe the ending to this movie. It literally floored me. I was like, oh my God. Like, two things happen and you're just like, what the fuck? And then another what the fuck moment. You're like, damn, that's crazy. But yeah, this is such a great movie, man. Bronson as an assassin takes on kind of like a protege. It's fucking dope, man. Really, really good movie. So here's one that we're going to be covering on the podcast when we do Killer Dog episode. I've never even seen this movie. In fact, I'm not even sure I even really knew about this movie until Dave, Mr. Parker, this was his pick for the show, and I was like, damn, dude, fucking Scorpion released this. This one bypassed me. 1989's Baxter. Yeah, it's a horror film. Yeah, French film. So I need to check this out. I can't wait till we do the show because I'm really excited to check that out. All right. New Unearthed Films release of Invitation Only. Now, I believe this is modern. So Mandarin. So this is a Chinese film. It says 2009 it came out in. Okay, so Invitation Only. Yeah, I'm always curious on these Asian films, so sorry for the glare. Oh, look at that. Nobody can even see what the cover looks like because there's so much glare. Oh, fuck. Sorry, I'm fucking tired. It's morning time and I'm just like, I'm still waking up. All right, so finally got a decent release. I haven't checked out the transfer, but it can't be worse than the fucking DVD. It's horrible. Scorpion with Two Tails from Full Moon. Sergio Martino later. I think this was his last Yellow that he did in the early 80s. Yeah, 82, man. 82. Man, the DVD was just unwatchable. It's so bad. It's so bad. I think it was Maya that put it out or something. It's fucking horrible. But yeah, Martino for me never missed with any of his giallos. Good stuff. Artwork's great. Looks good. So, but they don't do the greatest transfers on their stuff, but it can't be worse than the DVD. It possibly can't, unless they took that transfer. Picked up the latest 3 Vestrons. These are such a pain in the ass for us Canadians now. They're all imports. I know they're like $10 at Walmart in the US, but they're like $30 here. So I got these. But Earth Girls Are Easy. What a strange release from Vestron. Why did this come out? Like, that's the problem with collecting these ranges is like, really? Did I really need to upgrade this? I actually don't even know where my DVD is, but crazy. Maybe I don't even have this on Blu-ray or on DVD. I don't remember. Fuck. Weird. But yeah, it's got Gina Davis, of course. Yeah, I do have it on DVD, actually. Jim Carrey, early Jim Carrey. What year did this movie come out in? I actually don't remember. It's the late 80s. Yeah, 88. Damon Wayans is in it. Julie Brown's in it. And Jeff Goldblum. Ugh, I can't stand that dude. There's something about that guy. I just cannot fucking stand Jeff Goldblum. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I can't explain it. Earth Girls Are Easy. They sometimes are. So that was number 27. Number 28 finally got the Silent Night, Dead and Light collection. Part 3, 4, and 5. Part 3 is a total bore fest. Part 4 is fun for the effects. And it's like name-only sequel. It has nothing to do with anything. I don't even think there's a Santa Claus in the fucking movie, to be honest. And then part 5 is the funniest shit ever, because if you know the story with Mickey Rooney protesting the original film, fuck Silent Night, Deadly Night, appears in the fucking sequel. Part 5. Hypocrite? No. He needed a paycheck, man. So the toy maker is actually kind of fun, though. Initiation. I really like Initiation, to be honest, but if you just take it as the movie it is, Definitely worth your time. I think with Brian Usna directed that movie, right? Part 4. So yeah, it's very effect heavy and stuff, but I love some Usna shit, man. It's good stuff. And then of course we got the Dentist Collection 1 and 2. Upgrades for me also. This was also upgrades. Which is probably a huge upgrade because the DVDs were all shitty full screen and shitty transfers. I watched actually part 1 the other night. Corbin Bernstein is just batshit, and it's just, it's so ridiculous. It's so much fun, though. It really is so much fun. The transfer's not overly the greatest on it, to be honest, and I've never really been totally convinced on Vestron's transfers. I don't know who does them and stuff, but yeah, they're not really my favorite company for transfers, but they do put out some pretty interesting stuff, and it's better than having the DVD. So, but yeah, Dentist 2, I believe from what I remember, Dentist 2, he's a lot more batshit in that one, but I guess we'll have to see. All right, so Liza the Fox Fairy from Cauldron. Finally got around to getting this. I'm slowly getting on. This is another label I love collecting, and they put out some really cool films. This one I actually don't know too much about. It is modern, from 2015. Believe it's an Asian film. Oh no, it's Hungarian, Japanese. What the fuck is going on here? But it does sound batshit. It does sound batshit. So let me know down below if you check this out. Really interested. Finally upgraded this. I've been after the Severin Blu-ray for a while. And I love this Italian film. It's really good. It's early 60s. Bloody Pit of Horror. Love this movie. Just happy to finally... Yeah, 1965. I heard the transfer on this is amazing. So that's going to be awesome. I believe I might even have like a... Is this snapper case? I don't know. But Bloody Pit of Horror. Nice little slip cover on there and shit. So which way am I going here? Yeah. Bloody Pit of Horror. Check it out if you've never seen it, man. Good film. Really, really good film. Very gothic and atmospheric and stuff. Scream Factories, Bubba Hotep. I know the 4K is coming out. It's not available in Canada because it's like region only for the US. It's fucking, I don't know what's going on with these 4Ks from Scream Factory, but all their new 4Ks are just not available here. So they're all imports. I'm like, fuck that. I don't need the 4K. So I've told the story before. I've ordered this a couple times. Copies never showed up. Lost in mail. Blah, blah, blah. So third or fourth try now. Finally got it. Didn't come with a slipcover. Don't care. Bubba Hotep. We all know this. Coscarelli's Odd Elvis. Epic. It's fun. It's fun as hell. I love this movie. Bruce Campbell's great. He's really, really good as Elvis in it. Then we got David Lynch's Blue Velvet from Criterion Collection. Oh, man. This movie is just, it's so David Lynch. Like, if David Lynch in a nutshell, man. Dennis Hopper's performance is one of the most batshit performances of all time. It's up there with Nicolas Cage and Vampire's Kiss. Vampire's Kiss. You take those two performances and you put them together, and it's like, it's just hilarity at its best. Like, he's so over the top in this. He must have been just wrecked on drugs or something, because his performance is just... It's the funniest shit ever, man. Oh my god, the transfer's amazing on this, by the way. It's really, really good. Upgraded to my DVD. I got the Anchor Bay 10. 2-lane blacktop. Monty Hellman's basically travel car film kind of thing. Yeah, starring, what's his name, from the Beach Boys, Dennis Wilson, who passed away shortly after this. Actually, pretty much everybody in this movie died, like, right after. Sorry, camera cut off there. Wasn't paying attention at the time. But, yeah, I can only record for so long, right? But, yeah, 2-lane blacktop. I love this movie, man. If you're into, like, old muscle cars and shit like that from this era, you'll really dig this film, man. 1971, like, bang, right in the height of, like, just fucking muscle cars. Good shit, though, man. I love these type of movies. All right, so taking it back to 1941 with Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, the 41 version. Now, this is I think this is like the third or fourth adaptation, I think, at this point, 1941. But the previous one from, I think, 34, 35, I like that one a lot better. It's a lot darker. They just got away with a lot more. I think this is like when the ratings, they changed everything. So they kind of downplayed a lot of this. Not my favorite adaptation. I think it's actually way too long. 113 minutes on this one. I think the performance from the dude, was it Spencer Tracy? Yeah, Ingrid Bergman, she's totally miscast in this movie. But his performance is pretty good as Jekyll and Hyde. But it's just not as dark. It's just not as dark as the previous version. So, kind of disappointed in this one, but yeah, archive collection from Warner Brothers. Pretty cool. Also, I was happy to grab this, man. So I imported this from Australia off their imprint line, and that is The Face Behind the Mask, 1941. with Peter Lorre. Fantastic movie. Really, really fantastic. Definitely has its horror elements, but I thought this was a really, really good movie. It's creepy, man. It's creepy. Look at his fucking face right there. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man. It's got some pretty interesting elements to it. Very nice release from Imprint here. So here's the... comes with the slip box. Pretty cool stuff right here. Yeah, highly recommend it. Good stuff. And then finally got around to getting this, man. I thought they were like, I remember when the pre-order was out and I forgot to order and I thought it was gone. And I was like, oh no, because I've never seen this film before. I've seen the Eli Roth remake of Knock Knock, which I didn't really care for, to be honest. But I'd never seen this original film before, and I always knew about it. So happy that one of my favorite companies put it out in Grindhouse, and that's Death Game. It's basically like a home invasion film where a dude, his family's out of town, and he answers the door, and these two bitches are there, and they kind of take over, and they do some crazy shit. And this one has a funny ass ending too. Like literally fucking made me laugh out loud by myself. I was like, ah, that's karma in a nutshell, isn't it? It's kind of like, some people might not like the ending to it, but I thought it was pure hilarity. But Death Game, awesome fucking release, man. Like, just, it's ridiculous, man. They put, you know, awesome booklet here, 2 discs, the alternate artworks, you know, Grindhouse. I'm so glad that they're still doing stuff. The embossed case. I hope that they are going to be putting out more releases. I think they had announced a couple other ones. I can't remember what they are right now. Were they supposed to put out Scum of the Earth? Yeah, whatever happened to that release? Shit, I don't know. But I thought that they were like done. But yeah, we get Death Game here in 2023 or 22, whatever it is. Whenever it came out. I think it came out officially this in 2023. It says 2021 on the back. So yeah, anyways, this stack of Blu-rays is getting way too huge, so I'm just gonna put that down there. All right, so moving along here into the Vinegar Syndrome and partner label stuff. We'll start off here with some Saturns Core, which, yeah, here's number 19, and that's Lost Faith. Saturns Core, if you guys are not familiar with Saturns Core, basically releasing like 80s and 90s shot on video films and stuff like that. Not everyone's cup of tea. Personally, I love shot on video films. I'm a huge fucking fan. So I love this line of films because it's just shit that I can't believe is on Blu-ray. It doesn't really need to be, but at the same time, it's better to have a Blu-ray disc and DVD. But anyways, I'm not getting into that conversation. So we got Lost Faith here. Lost Faith, really nice releases, man. I just wish that they put the years on the bottom for these movies. This one says 1992. They do release a lot of 90s shot on video films, so love it. I'm kind of working my way through the whole line right now. I've been watching all the movies and stuff, along with the Culture Shock. I'm almost watched all of those too. But yeah, Lost Faith. And then we got Deep Undead. Yes. Yes, I remember reading about this one. I think this one is also from... Oh, this is like a later one. Oh, no. Yeah, this is the one I'm totally unfamiliar with. I had no idea what this movie was. So yeah, so Deep Undead is from like apparently the 2005. That's like a really late shot on video film right there. So I'm curious to see what that one looks like. It's like 2005 seems so old now. It's almost 20 years old, but at the time they were doing like throwback shot on video films. It's weird. It's like a weird era. But we all know like shot on video. Like 2005 had some really ugly normal films. But anyways, so get into Agfa, number 47 in their range. Attack of the Beast Creatures. Yes. Attack of the Beast Creatures, which shocked me that this movie is actually from 1985. I thought this was older at first, and I was like, because I had never heard of it. And I was like, oh, fuck. Most of the Agfa stuff that you get is like 60s and 70s centric and stuff like that. Very odd, weird fucking movies. So I'm assuming this is going to be in that range of oddities. But 85 is a very late release for Agfa. So pretty cool. Attack of the Beast Creatures. Let me know down below if you've seen it. Very intriguing. I actually was going to watch this the other night. I had it ready to go. Sitting by my Blu-ray player and never got around. Tired. So we got number 49 in the range here, and we got Glow, the story of the glorious ladies of wrestling documentary. Super cool. I love these type of documentaries. I was gonna watch this the other night. I took the wrapper off this one too, and I didn't get around to it. But yeah, so pretty interesting release. I'm not really sure why this has got released on the line. It's strange, but I don't know. But Glow, pretty cool. Very, very familiar with a lot of the story here, so I'm curious to see if there's any things in there I don't know. Probably lots. I don't know everything. So Culture Shock's new one, number 18, and that is Thrust. So Culture Shock they release a lot of, older like 80s and 90s films that are shot. I think maybe a couple shot. No, I don't really think. Mostly like maybe 16, 35 millimeter print films. This is like a modern film from 2022 that I was shocked. Like Leanna Quigley's in this movie, and I'm like, what the fuck? At first I thought it was older, and I was like, wait a minute, this thing is like a brand new movie. I didn't even hear about this shit. So this is pretty cool. I gotta say, man, the artwork on here on the slipcover is fantastic. Look at that shit. That's really cool. Good stuff from Culture Shock. So a modern one. Again, they don't really release a lot of moderns, but that's pretty cool. And I picked this up because I'm a documentary whore. I love documentaries. This is from ETR Media. I don't really collect anything from this, but if there's stuff on the other ranges that I'm interested in, I'll check out. And this is the first VCR. So it's a documentary about the VCR that was invented like in the 50s. Pretty cool story. And then they also have a documentary on cassettes. Cassettes go hi-fi. So the history of cassettes and stuff like that. A little bit disappointed in the release, like just the production of it. There's a lot of information that carries over from the VCR into the tape and stuff like that. It kind of repeats itself. They're very short. I didn't really like the editing in the documentary and stuff like that. I don't know. They're decent for like a one-time watch, but a little bit underwhelmed with just the presentation of the actual documentaries, not the release. The release is really nice. So, but yeah, it was okay. All right, so getting into the Vinegar Syndrome stuff, starting out with the Peekaboo label, which I don't collect the Peekaboo stuff because I don't really buy porno. But it made me laugh that this was on the Peekaboo label. It's actually from 1980. We're going to be doing a 1980 show coming up here, which is the Italian film The Beast in Space. I know Severn put out this DVD years ago. I actually missed it, went out of print. And then Vinegar Syndrome released this on their Peekaboo label because it's like hardcore. There's like hardcore shit in this and stuff. I know there's two versions. I know Severn had put out both versions. I think the un-hardcore and the hardcore one, whatever. So I still need to actually watch this. I've never actually watched this movie before, so but need to check this out. The Beast in Space. Yeah, cool stuff. All right, so a new line from Vinegar Syndrome. It's the VSL. I can't remember what the L stands for. I just realized that. Vinegar Syndrome. What the fuck does the L stand for? You guys are probably screaming at me, but I can't remember what it stands for. So anyways, this is their first release in the line. And I believe it has something to do with like old school films. It definitely does, because there's a common bond here. But Kirku, the Beast of the Amazon from 1956. Yeah, shot in color. I was fucking totally taken back by this. I watched this the other night and I popped it in and I was like, oh, it even says Eastman color. It even says the bottom. I didn't even notice it says color there. But I hadn't really looked at the case. And I just popped it. I wanted to watch a creature feature. And it was in color in 56. I'm like, that's crazy for such a low budget movie. Man, this movie's fucking terrible. Like, it is really, really bad. It was so entertaining. It's bad. It's so bad it's good, though. Like, I was really entertained. But, man, the creature in this, holy fuck, dude. Hilarious, man. So bad. But this artwork, though. Really nice. Really nice. Yeah, it's a bad movie, but really fun. I had fun with it. And this one right here, I'm so happy this got released. This is also on the VSL. This is number 2 in the range. I've always wanted to see this. I still haven't watched it yet. And this was always dubbed as like the very first kind of anthology movie from 1943. And that is Flesh and Fantasy. Anthology film, 1943. I'm sure there's alternate artwork on here. I'm actually kind of curious to see what the alternate artwork looks like here. I'm just going to open this up quickly. If there is. There might not be, but here. Sorry for that plastic sound. Oh yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah, so cool. I love me some old artworks and shit, so. But yeah, that's pretty neat. I like it. So flip that around. We don't need to have two of the same covers, I never really understood that when slip covers, or when artwork doesn't have an alternate, or releases don't have an alternate and the slip cover is the same. It's weird. So yeah, that's cool. Flesh and Fantasy. Anthology film. Looking forward to checking this out. Let me know down below if y'all have seen it. Alright. Okay. So this movie right here is a Mexican joint from 1988 called Infernal Rapist. Yes, it's called Infernal Rapist. Oh my god. I watched this the other night. Fuck. This is the most batshit narrative ever. Short and long of it, basically, there's a serial rapist, killer, who gets executed in the beginning of the film. Then Satan appears, played by a woman, and she offers him a deal. She's going to bring him back to life if he sacrifices women, for like souls or whatever, to give to her. In return, she will give him all the drugs and all the wealth and stuff that he wants. So he's basically just going around raping guys and girls and killing them and writing 666 and sacrificing their bodies to Satan, right? Oh my god, that's the fucking movie. It's insanity, dude. It's like, this shit is so exploitive. It's insane, dude. It's insanity. Oh my god, I love this movie. I just couldn't believe what I was watching. This is the craziest fucking release, man. Vinegar Syndrome, thank you for Infernal Rapist from 1988, because otherwise, I don't know where life would be without Infernal Rapist. Yeah, if that sounds up your alley, check it out. If it doesn't, don't check it out. Because, yeah, it's not for you. Goodbye 20th Century. Now, this movie just looks fucking crazy odd. Like, crazy. I was reading the back of this. So this shit is from 1998. And it's described as a brutally violent post-apocalyptic film lensed in the country of Macedonia. Best described as Mad Max if it was made by Jodorowsky. Okay. So the storyline is crazy in this too. It actually takes place it's got Christmas and New Year's is involved, and it's like, it's really, really strange. I don't know what to expect from this. Yeah, I'm super curious on this, man. Super, super curious. This just looks batshit. So let me know if you guys have checked it out, because it's crazy. The Devonsville Terror. Yeah, from Uwe Boll. Or, I mean, from UL Lamel. Uwe Boll, fuck. Yeah, man. The dude that did, of course, the Boogeyman from 1980. I really enjoyed this. I think this is his best movie that he's ever done, to be honest. I actually have another Blu-ray of this. So I have like 5 copies of Devonsville Terror. It's like ridiculous how many copies, but this is a good one. This is a fun movie. I'm not a fan of the Boogeyman, to be honest, from 1980. All right, so more Vinegar Syndrome stuff here. And yes, we have a Blu-ray of Biozombie. This is going to be a fantastic upgrade because the DVD doesn't really look that good. And I love this movie, man. Zomcom, but done well. It's fucking fun as hell. Wilson Yip directed this movie. Yeah, 1990. Yeah, it was 98 this shit came out? Crazy. Biozombie, highly recommended. Awesome movie. Cool release. So I rewatched this. This is the 4K release of From Beyond, Stuart Gordon's H.P. Lovecraft story. With Jeffrey Combs, my favorite actor. Barbara Crampton, Ken Foree. Yeah, dude, this is just so good. The transfer is amazing on this. It really does pop. It looks great in 4K. What can I say that hasn't been said about I just love this movie. It was such a fun rewatch. Like, I hadn't seen it in years. Oh, great, great stuff. Transfer's phenomenal. Really good stuff. All right, so getting back to a lot of 90s. I've noticed a lot of 90s shit here today. So 1995, I do have the DVD, the Trauma DVD of this, which is obviously a great upgrade for this. I think it's still in full screen from what I remember. Yeah, 1331. Yeah, I did watch it. Transfer's great. A Frostbiter. Wrath of the Wendigo. It's so low budget and so shitty. It's amazing. It's so much fun. I'd actually rewatched this movie on DVD just a few years back. Look at that artwork, though. Look at that alternate artwork. Good stuff. So, another upgrade from Trauma. Getting into the VSA line, number 31 in the range, Undeclared War from Ringo Lam. Yes, yes, can't wait to check this out. Huge Ringo Lam fan. Love these. Oh, man. Hong Kong shit, man. Yeah, City of Fire. Amazing film. Amazing film. Yeah, so this is on their, you know, their VSA line number 529, 5,000 copies here. Love this line. Good stuff. And then an upgrade, which we got Ted Bundy. I wonder if they're going to release the other ones. Like the, yeah, the other 3 that they had done. Like the Dahmer one's really good. The Gacy. You got Ted Bundy. Yeah, they're all really good. They're actually all really decent films. So, yeah, Ted Bundy. Good stuff. And then we got, I picked this one up on they were having the sales. And I was like, you know what, fuck it, man. I wasn't going to grab this one because I don't really buy a lot of the modern films. But I heard really good things about this one. This is on their VSP line. Vinegar Syndrome has so many damn lines. I had the other 2, so I was like, fuck, why not just grab this one? And that's The Scary of 61st. And I know my man, Tom the Horseball, he's mentioned this one and he really enjoyed it. So I got to give this one a shot, man. It does look very interesting to me. I didn't really know much about it. Kind of missed this one when it came out. But, you know, for 10 bucks or whatever it was. So 2021 film. Let me know down below your guys' thoughts on this one. I think it's a... Is it a French film? No, I don't think that's French. Who the fuck made this? Where are you from? I don't know. I don't know. But, yeah, that's definitely not a French name. Nekrasova? Maybe it's Russian? I don't know. Oh, man, and for... So, I guess it's considered kind of a box set. I guess we'll get into... Yeah, whatever. It's Vinegar Syndrome stuff. So, Made in Hong Kong, Volume 1. 3 films with Anthony Wong. Oh, shit, bro. Crazy awesome set. Got that right there. And we got the back here. So the films on here, we got The Demon Baby from 98. Erotic Nightmare from 99. And Deadly Camp from 99 also. So more 90s fucking movies, which is amazing. So I watched all 3 of these because I love me some Hong Kong cinema. This is like post-Cat 3 stuff. Still pretty bad shit. The Demon's Baby is amazing. It's just, it's ridiculous. Dudes' wives are all getting impregnated from this evil force and shit because he did some dirty shit. Really, really fun film. Gory, stupid fun. And then we got Erotic Nightmare, which was definitely a step down from The Demon's Baby, but still pretty cool. Basically, Anthony Wong. Oh man, I'm not even gonna get into the story on it, but it's just, it's ridiculous. It's kind of slow at times, but it's got some pretty interesting moments in it and stuff. It's kind of what it is, Erotic Nightmare. It's something to do with erotic dreams, and then they come true, and oh yeah. And then we got The Deadly Camp, which is kind of like a Hong Kong version of like a chainsaw American slasher kind of deal. Basically about this group of people that are on this island and they're getting picked off by this chainsaw wielding maniac and stuff like that, and it's got like this like handicapped kid in it. It's very exploitive, and it honestly, I won't lie, was fucking terrible, but I had so much fun with it. It was a really bad movie. It's actually probably one of the worst Hong Kong movies I've ever seen, but it was so interesting to watch that type of film come out of Hong Kong because I don't remember ever seeing something like that. It's so Americanized. Like, even though it's all done, it's just this narrative of being so slasher-esque. Like, there's really nothing to it. It was okay. It was bad, but it was fun. The dialogue sucked in it, though, man. Like, honestly, the dialogue was so bad. But, yeah. Made in Hong Kong, Volume 1. Good stuff right there. And, yeah, let's get into these box sets. All right, so getting into the final little stack here. I don't know why I have this on here. This is not a box set. It's a steel book of Friday the 13th, the final chapter. Now, I picked up the other 3 because I really just wanted them as displays. I have all these movies multiple times. Tons of, like we all do, but I actually just kind of got these as displays. I think the steel books actually kind of look pretty nice, which I'll probably just do behind me at some point somewhere. I have a whole steel book portion that you guys have probably never seen before. It's all over here. It's some of my favorite ones. I don't really collect steel books, but I do buy the odd one if I really like the artwork on them. But these are kind of cool, so but having the first 4 Fridays. But yeah, anyways, nothing special. Big box set here from Eureka. 4K box set of the Police Story trilogy. Oh, are you kidding me, dude? Really? The Police Story movies are on 4K? This is ridiculous. Got this big, ridiculous book here, which is just, it's like outstanding. It's like, it really is just so crazy. So you got the movies. You got Police Story 1, which is fantastic with Jackie Chan. Police Story 2, which is phenomenal. And you got Police Story 3. Yes. All on 4K. Craziest shit, man. Got this box set for a really good price too, actually. A little bit beat up in the mail. Just realized it's a little crinky there. Did I say crinky? Oh, you know what? Maybe that's actually the stupid O cards. I hate these things. But anyways, fantastic release of the Police Story trilogy from Eureka. Yes. Amazing. I have so much Jackie Chan on Blue. It's amazing. Speaking of Asian cats that are getting so much love in the last few years, we got some more Sonny Chiba here. The Executioner collection, which I've never seen these movies before, from Arrow. But I do love me some Sonny Chiba with a passion. I love this artwork too. It's fantastic. Look at that. It's fucking amazing. So yeah, so it comes with the Executioner 1 and 2. Actually, I think... Oh yeah, no, it's the artwork. It's on there. Actually, no, it is actually different than the slipcover. You guys want to check that out right there. So I think that's what comes that and reversed. So yeah, the Executioner 1 and 2. Pretty cool stuff, man. Looking forward to checking these out. Love me some Sonny Chiba. Picked up the new version or the new series of Twin Peaks. I haven't watched any of this yet. I really want to go back and rewatch the original series, which I also own. I love this set though, like the way it comes apart. It's pretty awesome. That shit. It's pretty dope. And then of course it's got this digipack thing in there and stuff. I won't take that apart, but yeah, I love the execution on this right here. But I've heard nothing but good things about the new Twin Peaks, so really looking forward to checking it out. I love the original series so much. I just wish it was on longer. It's like the weirdest shit ever. So strange. And then we got the Film Noir Dark Side of Cinema Volume 11. That's right, I do have all 11 of these because I'm insane. I love Film Noir. So we got Behind the High Wall. Bonners, what are you doing? From 1956. We got I Was a Shoplifter from 1950. And we also got A Woman's Vengeance from 1948. These three, never heard of. Never heard of any of these movies, but so far I'm loving what they're doing with these box sets, and a lot of the films are really, really great stuff. So if you're a fan of film noir, check them out. And then for the biggest monstrosity set in a long time, and we have the Michael J. Murphy box set, Magic, Myth, and Mutilations, the micro-budget films of Michael J. Murphy, 67 to 2015. There's like 28 movies in here. I've seen a few of his movies. Haven't cracked into the box set yet. What have I seen in this set? I have seen Moonchild and Bloodstream. I think I watched Bloodstream for the 85 show. It was like a YouTube, it looked like shit on there. So, but yeah, look at this thing. Look at this set. Like, this thing is insane. It's literally insane. Oh, I got 576 to 6,000. So yeah, that's pretty cool. But man, it's so big, it even comes with art cards that don't even fit in the box set. But look at this shit, man. Oh, it's like, it's really, man. Okay, so they don't fuck around with the tightness of this. That's what she said. Yeah, dude, this is like batshit, dude. So here's what the discs look like. I'm sure you guys have probably already seen people show off this set, but Tristan, some of the first ones are kind of like shorts. Not shorts, like 14, 59, 55, 44, 47. So yeah, the first, and then yeah, 57, 47, 88, 48. Kind of mixed bag. Here's all the titles. I'm not going to name them all off because it's just too many. And then we got, yeah, so Bloodstream is on this one, just from the 80s. So actually 83, 85, 86, 87. So all those 80s films here. The early ones here, like the 70s. Leading into the 80s. So they are in chronological order, which is very cool. So here's the third disc, the way they do them. Yeah, 88, 89, into the 90s here. Pretty cool. Yeah, I've seen Moonchild. 90s, this is all 90s stuff. Man, so much 90s in this update. I never realized until I was doing this update. This is crazy. And then these ones are like all the latest ones, like 2004, 9, 15, until I think he passed away. I think Michael J. Murphy passed away like around that time or something like that. So that is pretty cool. Pretty cool box set. Not pretty cool. Very, very cool. But who would have thought that Michael J. Murphy would have a whole box set here from Indicator? So if you guys aren't familiar with Indicator, out of the UK, like Eureka, always doing big things. I really love these box sets that they put out. Yeah, they do a lot of really great work. Actually, most of the releases I have are just big ass box sets. I love them. So, but yeah, highly recommend this. I can't wait to break into this shit, man. Oh, look at that monstrosity. All right, so that is going to do it for the update. I think I ran through that pretty decently quick. Probably not. It's probably still Roger Corman length update. Shout out to my man Explosive Action Simon, because we always joke about how our updates are always Roger Corman length movies. And yeah, that's going to do it for the update. So I think that's everything. It doesn't matter if I missed anything. I'll just put it into the next update. So I do have some things that are coming, some pre-orders and stuff. Not too much that I'm really interested. Still waiting on all my Mondos. I'm waiting for that Bollywood box set to ship. And another package from them too, man. The shipping is so bad. But anyways, I digress. I'm out of here. I'll check you guys in the next update. And as usual, deuces.